Well, look what the cat dragged in. I know it's been a while, but been having some personal issues for past month and a half to 2 months, and I just mentally checked out of the YouTube game. So here I am, kind of forcing this out, but this is just the only way to do it. And crazy dog comes up to me, always puts his nose right at my crotch. Do any of your dogs do that? Because I can't get this dog to stop. And my other dog is just doing the same thing. They copy each other. Gets annoying after a while. But back to the story. I just mentally checked out. I mean, I just didn't want to do it. Just didn't want to be in front of the camera. And I did attempt to go back to Knott's Berry Farm on December 26th. But man... You know what, if you're depressed and just don't want to be around people, that was not the day to do it, because Dad was packed there that day. So I was just having a little bit of trouble, dealing with that. And so I'm back. I'm trying to get back into the game and just straighten my life out a little bit. But part of the reason is my wrist. I was just in excruciating pain. And that was brought about with going back to acupuncture. Now, granted, I had to take a couple of months off because my abdominal surgery for my umbilical hernia, so I couldn't go back right away. It was just, I was waiting for my arm to heal up because they removed some lipomas. I don't know if you can see that scar right there, but they had a lipoma removed that I didn't want removed, and I couldn't use my brace because I'd be partially covering up a wound that would get irritated by the brace, so I couldn't put it on. So henceforth, trying to get out of bed, I would use my hand to get up. One hand was covering up my stomach to kind of guard it and brace it, and then the other one was trying to brace myself from falling back into bed. So basically, you can look at it as I was a turtle on my back that couldn't get up. So did some damage to the wrist. It couldn't be helped. So then by the time my surgical wound on my forearm healed, which it did get infected, I had the stitching poking out of it, and did go to the nurse. They didn't think it was infected, but it was, because it was like red, irritated, it was hurting. So I kept it clean. I was kind of watching it so I didn't have to take any antibiotics. But anyway, I'm getting beyond that. So I go back to acupuncture after the wound on my forearm healed, and lo and behold, it is torturous. The pain is very, very unbearable. I mean, I was talking with Average Dad on that subject, and I said, man, if I was in the service, I would have given up my name, rank, and serial number, because it was that bad. I mean, I was almost in tears. And then I had to go back next week, so it's kind of like, do I want to go back and be tortured? But the greater good is eventually the pain would subside, and I'll be on the road to recovery, because I just need to get that wrist fixed and go back to work, because if you don't work, you can't save up for your retirement, and that's starting to become a problem. I'm getting up to the age where, I'm going to be retiring from work, hopefully. And, I can do more YouTube and stuff like that. But, that's going way into the future here. So, I kept going in to get the acupuncture done, thinking it was just going to get better. It just kept getting worse. And then it's started losing function with my hand, like I couldn't do dishes without pain and stuff like that. It was getting unbearable, but the only thing that was keeping me going is, I did like the acupuncturist. She's very nice, and I can say almost anything, and then we're like joking about it. But it was getting to the point where the pain was so bad that One, dogs are excited here. One, it's like I was hoping her phone would ring so I'd get a break. And then two, I actually got to the point with the pain that I was actually telling her to stop. I've never done that since I've been getting acupuncture until those moments. So with that, you start getting anxiety because you have anticipation of pain. You don't want to go back in because it's just like, I'm paying for this out of my pocket because the insurance won't cover it. And it's like, I'm paying for torture. So here I go down the rabbit hole. Bless you, Paisley. My dog sneezed. I'm going down the rabbit hole. Will you stop? Again, crotch sniffer. Jesus. So with that, I was going down the rabbit hole of depression. And so with that, I started becoming camera shy. I'm usually not camera shy. I could do this, you know. I have no problem staring at a big old eye right here and talking to nobody, and everybody's thinking, who the hell are you talking to? Nobody around, just talking to a camera. But you know, I just got depressed with the pain. And then there's other things that, you know, really just further pushed me down that rabbit hole deeper, to where I was kind of like this, and I couldn't move. You know, I didn't get to the point where I couldn't breathe or anything, but it was just, I just kept going further and further down. So just basically took a break from it. And then the other thing, and you know, I apologize for not telling anybody about it, but it's just like I'm trying to work out these problems and, you know, trying to solve it. You just can't. You just basically have to grab the camera, go out and do it. And this is what I'm doing today. Even though it seems to go against my buddy Crash Zero. He made a video saying if you don't feel like filming, don't do it, because the quality of it's going to go down. Not really the quality of it, but it's going to show that you're really not into filming. And I have to slightly disagree on that, because there's times I don't feel like filming, but once I whip out the camera and do my first shot, then I'm in it. I'm back in the game. And that's what I attempted to do at Knott's Berry Farm on December 26th. But you know, if you don't feel like being in front of the camera and you have unexpected crowds at Knott's Berry Farm, where every single restaurant was at least an hour wait, and the only places that were open were the ones where you had to pay, and everything else that was on the meal plan, there was a line. So, you know, people were going for that free stuff, which most of the food that I wanted to eat were at the restaurants. Yeah, so, you know, I don't have any reviews on that, but I have a review on the turkey ball, and my favorite was the bread pudding. Bread pudding is always good to me. So, but anyway, you know, with that, it's just, I didn't feel like filming. And then the other reason, as of late, some of my videos, they were like crap. I thought they were crap, you know, just a jumbled bunch of clips with no structure and no story. I'm like, what am I doing? You know, and you want to try to fix it, so you keep trying harder and harder, but you're winding up doing the same thing over and over and over again, and there's just no resolve on trying to fix it to where, you know, you have structure, you got a story. It's like, basically, what is the point of why you're filming at an amusement park? Is it for updates? Is it for doing food reviews? What are you trying to show the audience? And in my self-criticism, I was totally failing in that. Totally failing in that. And so the only resolve to do is you just have to stop. You have to stop filming, take a step back, just kind of look at what you're doing and just reflect. Where do I want to go with this? How do I want to proceed in the next step of my evolution as being a content creator? And so I would examine my videos and what I was trying to do, and it was just, you know, to me, it just looked like trash. I'm not going to take any of the videos down because, you know, those are like reminders of what I don't want to do, but I do want to construct stories. So you're probably going to see from here on out stuff that might be oddball out there, but I'm just trying to create something where I have structure and a story going around, you know, where, you know, I talk a little bit about myself and probably the subject of what I'm doing. I think that's kind of key of what people want to watch, not me just going out and stuffing my face and giving it a review. Oh, 5 Qs out of 5, you know. There's more to content creating than doing that. And I also like leaving in some of the mistakes that I do, because I'm not perfect, so neither should my videos. At least that's how I think of it. In a perfect world, it would be perfect, but it's not. So that's where I stand. Okay, so enough about why I just stopped and what my videos are about. This part of the video is thanking people. I've been trying to get out to where I'm at Knott's Berry Farm or something like that to thank people, because I want to thank people in the environment that I'm usually at and filming, but that's not possible. I did wind up getting sick, and I got that dang cough that you can't get rid of. So I'm trying to get better. Not that I'm contagious or anything right now, but the problem is I have an MRI coming up. I cannot cough for like 30 minutes. Any type of movement, the test is gonna not go good. So they're gonna redo the test on my wrist, and then I'll be seeing the doctor next week, Thursday, which would be the 18th of January. And that way we get to decide the fate. I also went through a functional capacity evaluation. That was pretty intense. I was there for almost 8 hours, trying to figure out whether I'd be able to go back to work or not. And the problem there is the evaluator is not able to tell me what her results are. So I have no idea. I have to wait until the doctor gets her notes. He's going to evaluate them, and then we're going to go from there. So that's another reason for the going down the rabbit hole and of depression, and, you know, thinking your life is like, oh no, I can't control this. You can control it. You just have to have the will and the strength to do it. Right, puppy? Yeah. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to thank a few people. I like to thank my creative content. I'm going to edit that part out. I would like to thank my fellow content creators. You know, a couple people like to mention, you know, Adventurz with David and Real Family Adventures and Memories. We hung out during Scary Farm, and we just had the best time. That was where I was able to go through all 10 mazes, film them for you. But I was also doing a bigger video for that, but it was just like, I just lost track of what I was doing, and I didn't have any filler in between. So what I did instead, I just released all 10 mazes. You know, that way you guys can experience all that. And there's some other stuff in there where I actually, you know, meet up with David and Daniel from Adventurz with David and Real Family Adventures and Memory, and I had them do their own introduction, so I'll just slip it in right here so you get to know them better.
Oh, look at who I ran into. David from Adventurz with David and Daniel from Real Family Adventures and Memories.
Oh, it's all the way around. It's David and Daniel.
Oh, I'm sorry. The double D's.
The double D.
The D&D.
Oh, D&D. That's what it is.
The dynamic duo.
There you go. So can you tell my audience about your channels?
Go ahead.
All right, so we're Real Family Adventures and Memories. We do everything. We do events, we do conventions, we do theme parks. We do a lot of haunts, guys.
Nice.
But we don't do it alone. We have my buddy here, Adventurz with David.
You do conventions too? You do expos, you do haunts, you do
Movie
theme parks,
premieres.
movie premieres.
Yeah.
That's pretty much like what we do. This is why we synergize so well. But yes,
Dude.
if you guys are watching right now, you guys are watching Wicked Journey. Wicked Journey. Dude, that's right. It is a wicked episode, dude. So right now, pause it. Right now, subscribe, like, and comment your favorite ghoul here at Not Scary Farm.
Party on, dude!
Let's go!
And go ahead and like and subscribe to their channels and make a comment down below on what your favorite haunt is and favorite scare.
That's
And
right.
what is your favorite scary movie? Oh, a Disney movie.
Right?
Well, I hope you enjoyed their introduction. They are really cool people to meet. I mean, you know, that was a day that Crash Zero and The Adventures of an Average Dad, we were all supposed to meet and go through some of the mazes and stuff like that. And Crash Zero had to leave, had to go to work. He got called in. And then The Adventures of an Average Dad, he was getting off of work and then contacted me and said, you know what, bro, I'm tired. I'm not going to make it tonight. And I'm like this. The first time that my friends just abandoned me. I mean, it wasn't really like that. Life got in the way, but that's what happens. And I just happened to meet up with Adventures with David and Real Family Adventures in Memory, and they were great. Their family was great. I mean, we had tons of people with us, and you know, it was great. So I like to thank them personally for taking me on that adventure and really going through Not Scary Farm. I mean, thank you guys. I hope we can do this again and collaborate again. And you know, one of the great things that came out of that is if you've ever seen Adventures with David when he does his Halloween videos, he is petrified when he goes through those mazes, but he loves it. So I was able to capture a little clip of him with the awesome Adrian, who was in the Chilling Chambers, and he is a great guy. He was one of the scare actors in that maze, and he wound up chasing David. So here's that clip right here.
What's up, man?
Yeah, David was pretty skittish at that point, and you know, it just made it funny. I mean, you know, I had to tell him that that was Adrian chasing him and stuff. Adrian did a great job with that. That was great. I mean, that was the capture of that video was funny. I mean, I just heard David's name being called out. Right? I know. Look, it's a magic camera. It's my dog Xander. You know, I just heard David's name, and then I turned, and then I just caught the whole scene where Adrian just chased down David, and oh man, it was just funny. But you know, those are the moments that you capture, and it just turned out great. I mean, like I said, I had a fun time there, but David was so skittish that I just called his name to kind of let him know, and he just go, you know, again, he's petrified being in there, but he loves it. And that's what makes it so real and fun. But yeah, thank you guys for just, you know, letting me tag along. You know, other mentions, you know, the Crash Zero, I mean, it's always fun being with him and stuff like that. And we get to try different foods and stuff like that. And we can actually do more food reviews. Adventures of an Average Dad's always great to hang around. Man, that guy's creative mind is just mind-blowing. He just just knows exactly what he wants to do, puts it down. His editing is just spot on, and I've noticed he's changed it around a little bit, and it's getting better and better. Same with Adventures with David. He's got that down so well that he puts in a nice tight-knit video. So, I mean, that's great. I would also like to thank all the scare actors from Knott Scary Farm for the 50th anniversary. This was my first time going, and they did a superb job. I mean, I gotta give them kudos. I haven't been to any other haunt, but you know, once I do and I can kind of make comparisons, a lot of people say that nothing can beat Knott Scary Farm. And at that point I can kind of agree, because they really stay in character. I've caught scenes that they were just messing with each other and they don't break character. You know, and I'll just show scenes of, you know, how they're messing with each other, and to actually capture the Green Witch in Ghost Town, that's a rarity. So but these are the people I like to thank. I also like to thank Randy from the Funnel Cake Vlog. He is a great friend, and he is very busy with his channel, and he does a great job. And then also my very first subscriber was Janice Yamanaka, and you know, I thank her very much for sticking by me and kind of giving me the chance to even do reviews on their videos, on her videos and stuff like that. I really appreciate it. It's always fun, especially when we do the fair. The fair ones are fun. Also, Vince the Hat Man and his wife Jules, they are such great people. They're fun to be with. One of these times, Vince the Hat Man, we're gonna do a food review together and you know, kind of live it up a little bit. But those are the main people I really want to thank. And then I also want to thank my subscribers for sticking with me, and those who aren't subscribed, who, you know, watch my videos and stuff. I really appreciate you guys that, you know, you stuck around this long and put up with, you know, some of my experimentations and, you know, trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be at. I know it's been over 3 years and I should know this already, but, you know, it happens. So with that, I just want to show you guys that I attempted to go back out. I've got some footage that really, I got no use for it, but it is during Knott's Merry Farm of 2023. I did 2 food reviews. I did show some of the crowds there, and then some of the artwork that the woodcutter was doing, which is fantastic. I mean, if you've never seen this guy's artwork, you don't know what you're missing, man. This guy does really good. But there's also in there that unless you intend to buy something there, don't touch it. You know, just show the guy some respect. He works hard for his stuff. He's a really good artist, woodworker. And for some people to just break things to where it devalues what he just did, that's shameful, guys. Come on. So, anyway, I should cut this down. This is getting really long, but you know what? I haven't done this in a while, and I get very talkative. So, because I want to get as many points out as I can in a very short time, and hopefully I don't repeat myself. But, you know, I can't thank you guys enough, and I just repeat that all the time. I thank you guys. I love you guys. You know, I especially love it when you guys make comments, you ask questions, you know, maybe things I should be doing. I mean, I really appreciate all that. I do respond to comments, even if my video is like a year old and someone happens to make a comment, I will still comment back. You know, I don't get that many comments, so I can do it. It's not like, you know, I get like, you know, 2,000 comments and I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to answer all these? You know, it's gonna, I don't know if it's ever going to get to that point. I don't know if I'm ever going to like get to the goals where I'm going to get, but those are the areas that really aren't that important. It's just doing the creative stuff, doing what you love, getting back to the game, climbing the ladder, falling off the ladder, you know, being down at the bottom of the barrel. And, you know, these are what life is all about, that you capture on video. And that's what makes life great. If you can accept those things in your life, then you're living them. You know, if you're at the bottom of the barrel, figure out how to get out. Okay, if you're on the top of the world, make sure you stay grounded. Okay, you know, I know I got a big head, but you know what? I don't need it to be any bigger because I bought all these hats, and you know, if they don't fit, I'm going to be upset. Okay, guys. Well, if you stuck with me this far, I've got a little treat for you. I'm going to go ahead and put together whatever I can of the last visit I had with Mary Farm, which was December 26th. That way you can see a couple of food reviews, even though they don't make any sense. So I'm not going to really put too much effort into it, but I'm going to present it to you. And that was the last day I tried to make a video, and all other days of trying to go to a theme park have failed because something would come up, or I just make an excuse not to do it. Tired of the excuses. I'm tired of being down in the rabbit hole. I want to get out of it. I'm still there, but you know what? YouTube has helped me quite a bit to get my confidence up, to contact people who are out there. And you know what? I met a lot of fantastic people that, you know, we still stay in contact, we still collab, we help each other out. And, you know, I love those guys for that, and I hope we could still continue to do all this stuff in the future, even though life changes, life keeps, you know, giving us, you know, problems. We try to overcome them and all that fun stuff, and we're going to continue to do all that stuff together, you know, one big family. Sounds like Fast and the Furious. Oh, it's all about family. If it is, it is. If it's not, then it's all about being better people in a world that needs it. Okay? So, a couple of points. Hit record if you're going to film. Don't forget to do that. It's a running joke. And then the other thing is, nobody knows me. And then the last one, I heard this, I thought it was funny. At the end of the day, it's night. All right, guys. Well, here's what I got for you, and I hope you enjoy.
Alright guys, this is our first meal of the day. This is the Gotta Have It turkey ball, and I got it over here by the Wilderness Dance Hall by the barn. It runs about $14.50, but if you're a season pass holder you get 10% off, which is pretty nice. So what you have here is your string beans, you have your gravy, then the turkey ball usually has like stuffing, turkey, couple other things in there, and then the cranberry on the side. They used to put the cranberry inside, but I guess there's some people that don't like cranberry, which is fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this and see what it tastes like. All right, so that's what it looks like. All right, trim a little bit off here. Here we go. Really good. There's some onion in there too. Try some mashed potatoes. Excellent. Let's try some of the string beans. I know they call it like almondine. We'll see. Everything on here is excellent. I'm going to give this a 5 Qs out of 5. The turkey and the stuffing, the whole ball tastes really good. You got like a panko covering on it. The cranberries taste really nice. And the mashed potatoes are to die for. I love Knott's Berry Farm's mashed potatoes. They're really good. And also the string beans, excellent. So yeah, it's a well-deserved 5 Qs out of 5. All right, on to the next one.
Okay, this is Santa's barn here. We go in and get some food and treats. But over here, this is where I got the turkey ball. So, as you can see, there's not too many people here for that compared to the other places, which I'll show in a little bit. Guys, this is the line for the Fireman's Brigade barbecue. It's long today, so if you think you're going to be eating at these places, have your patience with you because you're going to be waiting a long time. All right, so we're going to go to Santa's Christmas cabin to get the bread pudding, the eggnog bread pudding with caramelized whiskey sauce. Sounds good.
Okay, this is the eggnog bread pudding with the caramelized whiskey sauce. You can get it in Santa's cabin here, right here, and it runs about $10. It's a little small for $10 here. They do pour like warm to hot caramelized whiskey sauce, but we'll see. We'll see what it tastes like. Sauce is actually pretty good, actually. So we're gonna go ahead and take a taste and see if it lives up to its name. You know what? This is really good. Now this is bread pudding. Disneyland does have a better version, but you can't find it anywhere because, you know, they decided to change the restaurant around in DCA. So kind of disappointed in that. But this is a good alternative. The only problem I have is for $10 what you get is a little bit small. But you know what? Flavor is outstanding on this. I don't really taste the whiskey, but you usually don't taste the whiskey like in a barbecue sauce either. So this is like, it just enhances the flavor of the caramel sauce, which that's what this does. It's really good. The bread has a really good texture. It doesn't seem like it's what do you say, like really gooey or something like that, where it kind of like makes you want to vomit. It's not like that. It doesn't have a slimy texture. That's what I was going for. This is really good. I highly recommend it because I'm pretty soft for bread pudding, but $10. You know what? It's Christmas time, the holiday season. I could bypass a little bit, so I'm going to give this a 5 Qs out of 5. I like it. This is really good. Got a great texture, everything. All right, guys, on to the next one. Guys, I hope you enjoyed all that long-winded talk and you enjoyed the last day that I went to Knott's Berry Farm. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody who does, and those that, you know, unsubscribed, sorry about that. That's my fault. You know, you're not to blame. And for those that stuck around, thank you very much. If you feel I'm not entertaining enough and you want to unsubscribe, you know what, that's your prerogative. I'm not gonna beg, I'm not gonna like get on my knees and say please don't do that. It's all on my shoulders to try to grow the channel, and you guys I hopefully will come along for the ride. So I've got several projects that I want to do, and one of them is getting out of that rabbit hole that I'm in. So right now my head's poking out, but I got to get the rest of myself out of that hole, and I will do it. And I'm not going to go see a doctor or take medications for it. Even if I feel anxiety, pain, anything like that, I want to do it on my own. And if there's a friend out there that is helping me get out of the rabbit hole, I welcome that. Because maybe they have some suggestions where they were in the same spot and how they were able to stay out of the rabbit hole, and I would very much appreciate that. Okay, so I just want to give some high mentions. If you are looking for food reviews, Janice Yamanaka is the one to see. She reviews everything at Knott's Berry Farm. She reviews everything during their events. She's also going to Six Flags Magic Mountain and also SeaWorld to do some of the food reviews. So if you're
trying to figure out what food you want to eat at what amusement park, Janice Yamanaka is the one for you. If you want park updates, I recommend Funnel Cake Blog, and also Chastain's in LA. They do pretty good, especially for Knott's Berry Farm. Funnel Cake Blog, he's everywhere. So you know, he gives really good updates. He acts like he's a news reporter, so if you like that style of reporting, he does that for you. If you need conventions, you know, like any Halloween conventions, anime, Comic-Cons, Adventures with David, he does the best because he knows vendors there. Also, Real Family Adventures and Memories does the same thing. He actually participates in those conventions. That's how they get into those, because they're asked to come back. So they do all that. Oh, I forgot to mention Destination Eddie. Yeah, he's one of those guys. Very cool guy. Joe Meat, very nice. He's also with the trio of Adventures with David, Real Family Adventures and Memory, Destination Eddie. They all hang out together. They all do the same stuff, and you get different perspective and angles. So those are ones I recommend for conventions and cons. Also, the Adventures with David, he does really good with some of the updates for Knott's Berry Farm as well. He'll give you a little history of it. Adventures of an Average Dad, if you're looking for something different, a different flavor of being introduced to a park, doing an event. And when I mean park is a theme park like Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Studios, he does that too. And he gives those different flavors of what you might be looking at, and he gives an honest review. And he uses a scale from 0 to 10 to tell you. I'm not sure if he's reached 0 yet. He's gone down to 2, but I haven't heard about him do a 0, and he has done a couple of 10s. So, and then the Crash Zero. This guy, he goes to theme parks a lot, and he just lucks out and gets the scoop on a lot of the things, and it's just funny. Sometimes I get a lot of information from him, so he's another one I highly recommend to watch to get some of these. You know, he'll do food reviews, and he's just honest with you. He's very honest with you. So those are ones I highly recommend. If I haven't mentioned your name, I'm sorry. You know, but these are the people I usually hang out with, and we do reviews, or we just say, hey, how's it going, shake hands. We support each other, and that's what the YouTube community is about, that we support each other. And you know, if you know how good we're doing, how'd you do that, how, you know, a lot of times there's like talk tech cameras, you know, how'd you do this video, stuff like that. All right guys, so hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, and I've got to figure out how to put this in. I'll probably edit that out. But yeah, those are the people that I highly recommend to watch. I'm going to put all their information in the description below so you can be introduced to them. If you do like what they do, please like their video, because that'll move their video up the chain, and leave a comment so you can interact with them. And then if you really like them, subscribe to them. They are the ones that constantly publish and post videos and stuff like that. So I'll put all their links in the description below for you guys, so you don't have to look for them or try to remember what did he say. I'm gonna have it all down there for you. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every one of you out there in YouTube land and out in the world. Have a good night.